Hello and welcome to the dressing room debrief where Chelsea drew 0-0 away at Goodison Park. And if I'm reflecting on it honestly and based on how poorly we played, I think it's a solid point, especially at a place where we've got a very poor form. I think going back to about 2017, we've only won a handful of times there, usually lost last season, so it's a point gained. I was just disappointed with how flat we were. I think we were a bit slow, made some wrong decisions, passing wasn't that great. But apart from that, I have to say, I can't be too disappointed because it's what I expected, or I actually expected that we might come unstuck against Everton, to be honest. So the only disappointment is, of course, with Arsenal winning, they've gained 2 points on us, and Liverpool have gained 2 points on us after they beat Tottenham 6-3. And so we've lost a bit of ground there on our rivals. But I've got to be realistic, it's a long season. All the teams are going to drop points, and still a long way to go. It's nice to be in contention now at Christmas time, I have to admit. Makes a difference the last 2 years, where it has been abysmal. But yeah, I thought credit where credit's due to Everton. I thought Sean Dyche had them. It was actually, to be honest, before I go on that, actually, I thought it was a breath of fresh air in a different way, and it was a win for defending because I thought Sean Dyche had them so well organised that they were working together as a team. They were getting back. They were working hard, and I just thought they were quite solid. They shut out the middle, so it stopped us from like playing through the centre. They kept Cole Palmer quiet. They pushed us out to the wings, and every time that Sancho or Pedro Neto got the ball, they doubled up. And I just thought it was really refreshing to see some proper defending for once. Although it was frustrating for us, and some people might think it was dull, I actually, didn't mind watching that because it's a team that is fighting at the bottom of the table for points. And unlike, let's compare Southampton, for example, trying to play this football that they're not good enough to play, they stick to their morals and stick to defending and grind out points. They did the same with Arsenal at the Emirates when they drew 0-0. They did the same with us today. And I just think credit where credit's due, to be honest. Credit also to Tosin. I thought he was quality at the back as well as Sanchez. I thought Sanchez did some great saves to keep us, in the game. Same with Tosin with that block on the line. I just thought he was quality. I thought Gusto, I don't really like him trying to be that invert. I know Maresca was a bit limited on options, but I just don't think he works well. I think he's an out and out right back or a wing back, and he works that line well, gets up and down. I just don't think he can do the Cucurella inverted role. We've seen it a couple of times this season. It's just never worked. I thought Casado again was solid, winning duels in the midfield. And I just thought we were a bit disappointing going forward. Still trying to persist through the middle, even though Everton condensed it and shut it completely off. I thought Sancho had a poor game, but then so a lot of them did, to be honest. Nicholas Jackson's got to score one of those chances. I know the ball from Palmer for the Pickford save was behind him, so it was quite difficult. But that header that he hit the post, you've got to be scoring that, especially at a place like Goodison Park where it's going to be so tight that those chances we need to finish. But yeah, I can't be too disappointed, to be honest. We've got Fulham on Boxing Day at Stamford Bridge, which is Fulham, been playing pretty well recently, so that's a huge game that we need to win. Um, and yeah, I just thought it was a bit disappointing, to be honest. The referee, again, don't want to talk about that too much, but I thought the Sean Dyche game plan of disrupting, frustrating, it got away with. The referee let so many fouls go. I think I counted about 5 or 6 from Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the first half alone. Didn't get booked. And it's just an accumulation of fouls in the right places that slow the game down, like the things like the dark arts where the balls that are on the cones around the pitch, they bring them in at a certain time just to slow everything down and frustrate. And it worked, but I just think that the referee goes into these games knowing that that's going to happen, and they still allow it to happen. But yeah, as I said, not blaming the ref too much. It's just a frustration, I suppose. And fair play to Evan. They deserve at least a point. We played poorly. We just got to take it and move on now.